Speaking of Billy.
Bill Burr in studio.
A guy in a prison of his own kind.
Yes. Bill Burr.
What's going on?
Welcome.
How are you?
Very good,
Thank you
sir.
for taking me last second.
But you flew in to do Letterman, but you got bumped because of Joan Rivers, and now you got to fly back to L.A.?
It was going to go Joan Rivers, me, and then, what's his face there? Steve Winwood.
Oh, Steve Winwood.
Steve Winwood.
When did you find out you were bumped?
How about they bump Steve Winwood for you?
Fuck.
Enough with
that
Steve
legend
Winwood.
who sold out stadiums for 30 years?
Enough.
So I got there.
I'm trying to help you out,
You
Bill.
might take on motherhood. No, it's one of those things. Joan Rivers was killing.
Yeah.
She was hilarious, and they were talking about the whole when Carson just stopped talking to her.
Wow.
Like evidently when she
okay.
went up against him, he never talked to her again ever.
Never.
Like, not even like on his deathbed. Be like, maybe I overreacted. It was over. So it was compelling.
She
to
called.
listen to.
She called. I think Johnny to say like, "I'm sorry, your son died when his son was killed."
Yeah.
No response, but he was a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, she said when he called up, be like, "Yeah, listen, I'm kind of doing a show that's going up against yours, but you are the king." Wham!
Click.
Hung up. She called him back. He hung up on her again,
Wow.
and that was it.
Never again.
Never again. That's that old school pre Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel, Johnny Carson? Like there's none of that.
No, click, fuck you.
Cunt, click, goodbye.
Oh, that is old school showbiz, too. Hold a grudge forever.
I got to see that documentary.
Dude, you're better off not following that, though. Who wants to follow such? Because she's a legend. She's funny, talking about something that we all know. You don't want to follow that, man. Probably better off on another
fuck her.
episode. Oh, she's great,
She
man.
look like Mickey Rourke. I hear old stupid stories.
He really is fucked
Dude,
up.
she's the vicious. She's
This
the
is like-
edgiest
This
I've
is
ever
like
seen
him
in
and
comic,
his
too.
dick dumb Rickles yesterday. That stunk to high. I wanted to kick the TV with that stupid Don
was-
Rickles.
No,
was
it's good.
bad.
Hey,
No,
hockey puck.
no, what we
Hey,
saw
just-
there.
just-
I
no, the-
understand.
But
the
that's what
Don
Jimmy.
Rickles-
But Jimmy was showing us that clip saying that Don Rickles
I never
killed.
got hockey
It
pucks.
stunk.
He did kill.
Hey, look at you, you fucking booty. Like, I'm gonna kick him in his fucking prostate. That fucking.
You're not a
Hey,
Don
no,
Rickles
you
fan?
douche. I love Don Rickles, but that particular clip.
That was a typical set.
He
though,
looked
from
at the
him.
guy. He looked at the music director at one point. He goes, "Hey, the doctor called. You died an hour ago." It was fucking funny, man.
I don't like his love for Borscht Belt.
I don't love them.
Loves Borscht.
I don't.
Belts.
No, I don't. I don't love those guys. I
Or
respect
some of the
them.
Borscht Belt comics.
Oh, Buddy
Shaky-
Hackett did, which Jay
Buddy
Moore
Hackett's
loves.
funny.
Buddy Hackett. They're all funny.
I like the Buddy.
Yeah.
Hackett.
Here's what I love about that age. The one thing, not the 50 things, but my favorite is the whole what we don't have now. I think all of us have a sense where we could be as funny as them in the future with television. Is that camaraderie? It's the Dean Martin roasts.
Right.
And you knew they fucking knew each other and they loved each other. And it's like that impressed. But when you see fucking that fucking commemoration or whatever the fuck that was, I'm sitting there like, somebody turned it off because we all
wasn't-
felt
No,
it.
you didn't watch the whole
vintage stuff, or was he like
It was
80?
a great example. You didn't watch the whole thing. I'm telling you, I watched the whole thing. As a comedian, the magnitude of the gig. It was Reagan's inaugural.
Fair enough.
It was 6,000 people or whatever. Reagan and Nancy are there. It's all of Washington. And Rickles just went on and was Rickles. But to watch him do it in that setting, it was impressive as a comedian. The magnitude of that gig for a comic.
I'll give you that.
And then if you watch the whole
Put
thing,
it in context is I like it in context.
that's what was impressive
But
about
he
it.
didn't put it in context yesterday. He said, this is phenomenal.
No, but I
It just
didn't
didn't go over well just on the
Of
radio.
course not. But I even said you shouldn't play it on radio. I said you shouldn't. It wouldn't work on radio. Just Google it when you get home, and when you watch him working, it was Ronald Reagan. I mean, I know they knew each other, but he's an old man.
What he's saying is, I have to agree with it. But I'm just saying that sometimes you get caught up in stuff of the greatness of old.
Right.
All I know is
Joan Rivers is a great, but it's just like,
I was sitting waiting for a funny moment.
Dude, when she
And
called
it just never came.
when she called Brigitte Nielsen a cunt on her own show, when she had
that's
the internet,
great.
Joan Rivers
Okay.
is the most vicious comic ever.
Don Rickles trashed Ed Sullivan on his own show. Did you ever see that clip?
genius.
Was that it for him?
He's going, Ed, I love you. You're beautiful, but get your teeth scraped. And Ed Sullivan had these Austin Powers teeth, so you see him smiling like he's trying to be a good sport, but you see he's livid. And I think he
He's
knew.
livid.
I think he knew he was never coming back, so he just went off. I think it was something on Ed Sullivan's wife was in the front row, and they go, "Don't make fun of her," and he couldn't not, so he made fun of her, and then he goes, "Sorry, I love you, Ed, you're beautiful, but get your teeth scraped," and then he handed him the microphone, kissed him on the cheek, and walked off.
That was the last you ever saw them on
this
now.
Don Rickles is amazing. These people, some should be. Look, Roger Cable is better than fucking Rich Little. I want somebody to stop putting Rich Little. It's this.
Rich Little.
After a while, you go, when is somebody going to say Rich Little is maybe the worst?
Carson in his tuxedo. He came out. You all remember as a kid going, "Oh, look, he's doing this."
We've done the bit, though. Patrice is absolutely right. His impressions have always sucked. We just didn't realize. We just never realized.
Rich Little did he did a great Carson and a few great ones, but he did one time a Pink Panther. His Pink Panther was so
let's
bad.
get these clips.
Dude, it made me uncomfortable.
He thought Richard Nixon was always going to be funny. He was like doing Nixon in 1990. I'm not a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. Like doing like college gigs.
Dumb Johnny Carson he would do.
Take Monday off.
What?
Yeah, Leno's been in the seat 15 years. He's still doing his Johnny.
Should drop kick him when he sees him.
How about you work on your Jay Leno impression? You fucking out of touch.
He's doing a prom gig. Mammy, how I love you, mammy. Just like
Kids are just confused.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. You fucking suck.
Let's get the clips. We need someone on the machine because I got to see the Ed Sullivan thing.
You dirty rat. You dirty rat. You killed my brother.
And there's 18-year-olds in the audience. That's great.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
The great Rich Little, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for him.
He's doing fucking SUNY Delhi. Who is that motherfucker?
he's desperately trying to be contemporary.
All right.
If DMX was in Gone with the Wind, it was a little bit like
and he
this.
still turns around. Yeah, and then becomes the
person.
I'll tell you, you know what's a bad one?
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
No, you know what's still a really bad one is Robin Williams, Jack Nicholson at the Oscars every other year. Anytime he's bombing, he does this really bad. Just I don't know. It's almost as bad as me presenting when he does at the Oscars.
What's he do? I don't.
Wait, Danny's in here.
Danny, could you find
what
any
clip? The Rich Little. What was
doing the Pink Panther?
Oh, the Pink
Dude,
Panther.
it went on for too long, and he put the jacket on, and there was the music like ba-doom, ba-doom. It was like, all right.
I'm so glad we're giving him a beating.
It was fucking humiliating.
I'm so glad we're giving him a beating.
I am too old myself.
Dude, he would go like, and then I must solve the crime, and you're like, you don't sound like him. He doesn't talk like that.
He only sounded like two guys out of his 100 impressions.
Dude, but he wouldn't stop doing it. It was like, how long are you going to be him?
Oh, don't find it. I don't even want to see it.
as we need to do it.
Do we know which one it is? Any of these clips look familiar?
Billy Crystal does it.
That's like when Billy Crystal does the fucking black guy.
The black jazz guy?
After Katrina, a Buddha-da-boo-booty-doo, I lost my favorite trumpet. Can you dig it? I knew you could. La-ba-boo-da-doo-dee-da. And where was Mr. Bush when we all needed the help that we... Shut up!
And it goes on forever. Yeah. Woo-woo!
Oh, he thinks he's doing Mudbone.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, can we find the Ed Sullivan, not Ed Sullivan, the Ed McMahon clip? That one might be easier to find.
One? Can you stop it? I wish you would.
Ed McMahon and Don Rickles. Yeah.
There's no Rich Little. We can't find that one, huh?
Can't find it yet.
Maybe
down the hall.
He probably got
take a look
40 people trying to take his horse shit off the
Dude, it's
internet.
so bad.
Is this the one, Bill?
I'm dying to see how bad that is. This is a Carson clip.
Don Rickles.
I don't know if
Oh, come on, man. You can't. This is a classic.
This is classic. I'm just going with the music. I like it. This is old school. Yeah. Good.
And Johnny was a funny fucker, too, man.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I love when you stood up mighty Carson art
Frog
players.
fungus. Sorry I didn't have time to tidy up here. No, it's okay. Jews don't work zoos. Ever seen a Jewish lion tamer?
Never. You never hear Lou Lipschitz in a cage with a tiger. We've seen him in a cage, but that's another story. Anyway.
A little Holocaust
Fine,
guy.
John.
Yes,
Sometime
it's been a long time.
Yeah, well, you've been busy with other things. And I heard the other party's story, and well, I'm going to help her get all we can get.
By the way, to make fun of Carson about his divorce on the show.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Play my premium blend from 10 years ago. It's going to be brutal. What's up with
Chris Cross? It's funny, actually. No, dude, I mean, it's fucking funny, I think. To actually...
No, we're in. We're
dude,
all
the
in.
balls,
Okay,
the
all right,
balls to do that. The balls to sit there and make fun of his divorce to his face. Nobody would make fun of Johnny's divorce.
Yes, obviously the material's dated, but you could appreciate
I
what
think
the
it's
fuck he
funny.
was doing at the time.
It's
Oh,
funny.
I thought we were going to look at what's his face doing the Pink Panther.
I wanted to
trying
see
to find that, but I want to see the Ed McMahon.
The thing about Don Rickles too, he was righteously that. That's what is the best thing. But he's just righteously a fucking whatever he's doing now.
Right. Was that at the end of the clip, Bill? Because maybe we could move forward and get to him.
Oh, I didn't bring this up. This one wasn't me.
Who brought up the Ed McMahon?
I don't know.
Because you see what I think Danny just decided to put Don Rickles on.
No, we were talking about Don.
No, we were talking about Rich Little, and he was looking for Rich Little.
We're also talking about
and
how
just
Don Rickles beat
Don
the shit out
Rickles.
of Ed McMahon, who brought it up on the show.
I guess you just did.
I didn't know shit about this.
Opie, why did you bring
The
this up?
scraping of the teeth.
That's Ed
Oh,
Sullivan.
that's Ed Sullivan.
But you see what he's doing on what you call, and again, I love Chris Rock. I talk shit about it's fun, but everybody was jerking off Chris Rock just alluding to Letterman in his situation.
Right.
And Rickles is just
talking
digging in
about
his
the
ass.
divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right at it.
So
Johnny's
you just go.
just-
You see how far we've kind of.
Yeah.
What's irreverent is just he's just like, you fuck. I'm gonna help her get money.
And Johnny was getting fucked in the ass by his ex-wife. Oh my God.
You know, and it's just
All
like,
that Tonight Show money.
what's edgy now is so like, really? Did you just do something?
Do you understand that Reagan thing? He fucking did a black joke right up front. You don't see that anymore. No one's doing racial humor.
it
Jimmy's
was
still trying to
Webster,
sell it. Jimmy's still trying to sell it.
That fucking thing stunk. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Jimmy's trying to sell it.
It's the context. Now that he says the context, we can all have watched it with no. But Jimmy said it with this heartfelt love in his heart for Don. Dude, put this on, and the tear in his left eye, and it's like, this stinks.
But I didn't say put it on. It wouldn't be. I said Google it and watch it. It's 5 minutes. Yeah, I didn't like Hockey Puck either.
Call him hockey.
But they couldn't curse back then. You couldn't say douchebag or you had a certain limitation that you couldn't. You know, they weren't PC, but you couldn't allude to sex.
Well,
stupid.
I want to
I'm
thank
gonna
Eric.
go down swinging.
I can't believe we can't find any Rich
He was
Little.
talking about Hulk Hogan. His story about Don Rickles is on that last Hulk Hogan hand.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
going up before he shakes his finger and he's going to get up.
There isn't one Rich Little fucking impression on
Wait,
this
wait,
goddamn
wait! I got
YouTube.
something. Eric T. Go to richlittle.com/voices for the douche chills.
Yeah.
All right, we can go right
Here's
there.
something.
Rich Little.
All right, this is on Hold on.
Hold on, pauses.
Hold on to your balls, people.
What percentage of voices are going to be accurate?
Zero.
No, you got to give him maybe
wait,
one.
wait,
Who's he gonna
Carol
do?
Channing.
Who's he gonna do?
He's going
He'll do Reagan. He'll do Reagan well. He'll do Nixon well. No,
First of
I'm
all,
saying this.
everyone does Reagan.
hold on.
There's no one who doesn't do Reagan at this point.
Archie and Edith Bunker.
There you go.
That's gonna kill.
All right, hold on.
He's gonna sing the theme song.
What year is this?
That's what I'm trying to get at. It's 4 years ago, so you got to put
Only
it in context.
4 years ago?
So, what impressions would he do 4 years
He's
ago?
going to try to do some modern ones.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll try
Oh,
Bush.
he'll try George Bush.
Or
No.
Clinton.
I guarantee he won't try Bush.
He'll try Clinton.
He will do Bush after he does. Hold on.
He's not talented enough to
He
do
will
Bush.
do Bush after he does fucking Nixon and Reagan.
That never stops
Here's
him.
what
He's
he'll
not
do. Let's
talented
make
enough
some.
to
Let's
do
spend
Bush.
some money.
$20
Here's what
right
he'll
now.
do.
He'll have.
He'll say Bush. He'll allude to Bush and say Bush is not anything like the old presidents. When I came
He's
up,
got to
it
get back
was
to the
Nixon.
old presidents.
He
I'm
will.
telling you, he's doing Nixon and Reagan and a little Bush.
He looks skinnier though.
I
He
bet
lost weight.
Nixon's giving Bush some advice.
Yeah,
exactly.
Don't be
Yeah.
a crook.
All presidents are giving Bush advice.
Yeah, we got it. What else? What
I
else?
bet he does Bush, though.
What else?
I bet he
I
does
say
Bush.
Clinton. He
I
was
bet he
Clinton.
doesn't do. How much? I
Bill
got.
Clinton.
No.
I got $20 that he does George
you know
Bush.
what? I'm not a gambler, but I will put. I put
Dude,
10.
he definitely does.
I put 10.
He definitely does a little Bush.
I say,
he doesn't do Bush.
I say Clinton because Clinton's an easier
But
impression
he's
to
going to do a lot of old presidents to get to a little Bush.
Put your money up, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up and put your $10. I bet he doesn't do Bush.
He does fucking Bush.
I bet he doesn't.
What else does he do in
Give
this?
me the 10, I'll give you 20, and we're set.
Boy.
All right, good. We're
All
in there.
set. Whoever
in?
fucking...
No, I don't
The
care if he
second-
does Bush.
The second he does George W., I am fucking grabbing that 20, motherfucker.
I'll put it in your reach. I'll let it down because he's not going to do fucking.
Wait, what
Got him.
actors will he do?
am I
He'll do
in?
Nicholson.
$10. He won't do Bush.
Don't do Nicholson.
Dude,
He's not.
It's 4 years
relevant
ago.
enough
Clint
to
Eastwood.
do Bush.
Yeah,
doing
Eastwood.
Bush.
He thinks
Clint
he
Eastwood.
has to.
he's doing Bush.
He's going to think
Portrays
he's
Clint
got to
Eastwood.
do it.
Because Clint Eastwood has been back in the day, and now he's still around.
Dude, he's done every standing president impression at
He's
the time the
doing
president was in there.
Bush.
Everyone.
You lost your money.
No,
had to
it's
do
there.
Bush.
I'm really confident he won't do Bush.
Hey, we're in.
He'll do Dana Carvey's
We're
church
in on
lady.
this together. Make sure I get a fucking 5 out of that.
Deserves something.
Halves and halves.
Well, I got my money
Your
down
10's
over
there?
here. Yes.
Okay, it's the
He's
10,
doing
2
Bush.
10s. Let's
You're
do
covering it?
Let's
All right,
fucking do it. There's no way.
Hold
he's
on.
doing
What
Bush.
else is he doing? What else would he
4
do?
years ago, 2004.
2006.
No, 2006.
Lucille Ball.
Jesus
He'll do
Christ, I'm
Lucille Ball.
finished.
Christ, I'm finished.
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball.
Would it,
Oh, Lucy. That was from 1952, ladies and gentlemen.
would it be funny if he did all barbaric impressions? Like this is, these are the Yates children. Completely career-ending moments.
This is the,
Ed
AIDS,
Sullivan.
the African AIDS fly. Whoa.
Lacey Peterson, ladies and
He'll
gentlemen.
do Carson.
Ed Sullivan. He'll do Sullivan.
he'll do
Sullivan, because he's in Sullivan Theater. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Remember this theater?
He'll do Carson.
So he'll do a
Really,
Sullivan
really
Carson
big
thing.
shoe.
You're right.
And Johnny.
He will not do George Bush.
You're right. You're
I
right.
think he's
This
going
is
to
the
be
money.
hilarious. I think he's going to kill it.
All right, let's just go with it. Here we go.
He looks young, actually.
No, he doesn't.
Looks good. Yeah.
Looks like Todd Glass.
We got money on a fucking Rich Little act.
Regis, who is Dean Martin?
Letterman.
You know, I've been doing impressions for a long time.
Have you?
And I think the key to staying on top is to keep your act fresh, to come up with new
Now,
people all the
pause.
Pause this.
Call himself out.
He's going to make fun of himself and do old ones.
And do old ones.
of
Is that
course.
what, because
I have not done that.
he'll say something like, I have not done
This
that.
is
You're right.
Burt Lancaster. If he will be raped,
Patrice's like, come on, motherfucker.
Burt Lancaster,
I want that money, man.
Spiro Agnew. All right.
Spiro Agnew.
Done, man. You're so done.
He's calling himself out, but he's not going to do new ones. All right.
Nelson Rockefeller.
You could be right, dear Jim.
Making
You
fun
could
of
be
himself.
right.
Nope.
Go ahead.
like Dr. Phil.
I know that you know that I know that you know. And if you knew that I knew that, then we both would know if we knew.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I was wrong.
Very
I'm gonna
good.
tell
That
you,
wasn't very
it
good.
stunk, and I'm gonna tell you why.
It really
I'm gonna tell you why I
did.
fucking lost. Because he doesn't care that he stinks.
He doesn't care. He never has cared.
You're
that
out.
he stinks.
He's gonna do Bush.
You're out.
God damn it!
He's
Come
not.
on. Come on, we got
I mean, for just as bad as I thought it was going to be, I thought that was pretty good.
I have to agree.
You sound like fucking. What are we gonna do? Jimmy Stewart.
But the jokes were like, Phil goes nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing happens.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
It's a great opener.
What is he talking about?
Who's the president?
Now, I've done a lot of politicians over the
Oh,
years.
shit.
I've done people like Bill Clinton,
I was right.
who wrote me a lot of great material,
That's horrible. It doesn't sound like him.
and George W. Bush.
There's my money, motherfucker.
Jesus, Patrice, he was like 30 seconds in.
God damn.
Give me 5 of that.
But I did submit.
You know what you are? You're something rich.
I did submit that he doesn't give a fuck that he stinks. Is why he
Wait a minute,
does Bush.
play that Bill Clinton
Play
again.
Clinton
That was
again.
dead on. And it was dead on.
Hold on.
The Clinton
Clinton was so
He sounded
bad.
more like Bill Burr.
And if you don't count the applause that he got when they introduced him, he went into Bush within like 30 fucking seconds of his act.
Fuck.
But the Clintons
That's why I don't gamble. That's why I do not
It's
gamble.
so bad.
Clinton was terrible.
Let's hear his Clinton and into his Bush, because I don't think he does all that much Bush.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck.
I think you're right.
I did
He
Bill
had to
Clinton.
do it though. He does fuck.
You listen
he was
to
known
Darryl-
for doing politicians.
You listen to Daryl Hammond's Bill Clinton,
know,
you're like,
I
oh,
hear
that's
you,
how you do
Tracy.
Clinton.
Yep. Yep.
What is he talking about? Now, I've done a lot of politicians over the years. I've done people like Bill Clinton, who wrote me a lot of great material.
That sounds nothing.
Sounds horrible.
No, that sounds
Bill
like Rich
Clinton.
Little just saying something with the name Bill Clinton on it.
With like a little laryngitis.
It's terrible.
Like
Indigestion.
Bill Clinton.
And when he's just talking, he sounds like Andy Rooney. Listen for the Andy Rooney.
Yeah, his voice is shot. If you're an impressionist and your voice comes out like this anyway, you're pretty much done. You're sunk.
And George W. Bush, I don't know why the American people are picking on me. I haven't done anything.
Not as bad as his
And
Clinton.
it's not as bad. He actually fuck. You know,
But
you
my
should have money
favorite-
there for some reason. You
bad
should
with this
actually
guy's
have. You shouldn't
favorite.
be just picking your own money. There should be some money happening.
Yeah, I get.
It was a
5.
pot. Yeah.
I didn't know that somebody else was in on this fucking bet. I thought it was $10, $10. But
I yelled
if
like
you
80
wanna-
times
if
that
you
I've been
wanna
on this
find, then
fucking
someone's got to make
guys,
some
guys,
change.
guys.
Oh, you
I
know
wanna
what?
see the
I'll
rest
tell
of
you what's
this.
I
fucking
get
wrong.
15 of this because the 10
No,
has
no,
changed.
no. I'll tell you what's fucking up. I owe you 10.
Why?
I owe you $10.
Yeah, it's not just me and
I
against your
bet
fucking
you
10.
because you
so
guys bet the same thing against me, and I
okay.
owe Opie
So
10
you owe
bucks.
me fucking 10.
Hey, I want to see the rest of this.
I do too, actually.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a
That's
minute.
phenomenal.
Double or nothing? Does he
Hold
do
on,
George
I got another
Burns?
bet. I got another bet.
What? Maybe I might get in there.
He
Go ahead.
just said, he's done a lot of politicians over the years. He did that, and then he goes, but my favorite, and then we cut it off. Who's his favorite?
Oh, wow,
Nixon.
good bet.
Do you think it's either going to be Nixon or Ronald Reagan?
Nixon.
Nixon. He looks like
Dude.
Nixon.
No, it's going to go Reagan. He's going to be too afraid.
Shit, I
the
wanna
thing
bet-
that
I wanna
screwed
bet.
his career was
Now
he
you
kept
wanna
doing
bet?
Nixon.
I say
You want to
Nixon.
bet?
I'm fucking
And
nervous.
10 on Nixon right here.
I got $10 on Ronald Reagan.
I got 10 on Nixon.
10 on Reagan.
I got 10 on Reagan.
Where's your 10?
Just put it all down there.
Now I'm scared.
No, I'm taking this.
Nixon.
Now whoever
Nixon.
wins gets that.
Come on,
Reagan,
baby.
Reagan.
I got
And you owe me
Reagan.
10, motherfucker.
I got Reagan. So if he does
I got
both, it's a
Reagan
push,
too,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
You know
wait, you're
what?
on Reagan?
Oh, this money's
I got
looking
Reagan.
good.
And now I'm getting
Bill's putting in
confused.
what? You put in 10?
10.
Reagan was
thought that
alive when he did this. That might have been a safer bet because Nixon was dead 4 years ago, I believe. Reagan's
And Re-
easier to do.
And Reagan with
Nixon.
Alzheimer's is hilarious.
And it's more.
So fucking
You
Nixon.
know what? Fuck.
Reagan's more topical.
Nixon.
That's
So
interesting
Nixon.
because he had Alzheimer's. That might have been a bad fucking thing.
Yep.
Oh, maybe he wouldn't bring it up.
I say Nixon.
No, he's still got to do it. It's
This is Ronald Reagan, who's now shitting his pants.
God damn it!
Well, where did her tits go?
Yes.
Well,
I'm too nervous now.
I'm too nervous.
I'm too nervous.
All right, let's go. Nixon.
I think I'm.
Back it up a
I'm
little.
gonna
Back it up
agree
slightly.
with Bill though with
Nixon.
with Reagan. I'm
Nixon.
gonna say
Now
Reagan.
I really
Nixon.
can't recall.
Nixon.
Yeah. You see if all of a sudden he just started talking about fucking Honduras and everything. I remember everything, yes.
Nixon for the win. Let's roll.
Nixon.
Come on, Reagan.
Come on, Reagan. Come on, Reagan.
But my favorite politician by far was always Ronald Reagan.
Yes, motherfucker! Ronald fucking Reagan, bitch!
I knew it.
Thank you! Thank you!
Fuck. Patrice, give me my 10. I ran out of money.
Nice! I am fucking making a fortune on fucking Rich Little!
Where's my
money?
Yeah, but you owe me 10. Where's my 10?
Yeah, you owe him 10.
You get it from Patrice. He owes me 10.
You know what? Anthony probably just watched this. Piece of shit. You're a big Rich Little fan.
Thank you.
Give me a 10.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So you transferred the 10 I owe you over to Bill.
Yeah, we're even.
I know he watched it last night. They're going to take him in the back room. Look what they did to my
Yeah.
hand, man.
You can take Rich Little or the hammer.
God, look at Anthony's really.
I am
really is happy.
nailing this.
All right, wait,
Ronald Reagan, please!
Shit.
You said Nixon?
I did, and I switched to Reagan, but my original was Nixon.
When
so
he
Nixon.
started going, I'm like, he's going to say Richard Nixon.
Fuck.
And then it was Ronald Reagan. Oh, an upset right at the
Excuse
line.
me, I don't want to hear your process of winning. This is not a big victory. You guessed 1 out of 2 hack impressions. It was Iggy or Nicholson.
It was either going to be, it was either red or black. I mean,
I didn't like his emotional victory lap.
Gambling. This is great.
It is. It's just I want in. God damn it.
Right. Dude, I was nervous. Nobody cares.
Where's the fucking waitress? I want a bud. Budweiser, please.
Ronald Reagan.
Dealer showing 10.
Motherfucker.
all right, let's roll this. Fuck. We got to get some more betting going now.
I know.
Well, let's listen closely. Might be able to find another one.
Yeah, we'll guess in his setups.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
He's doing this Reagan.
Well,
Who the hell are you?
That's a pretty fucking good
it's a perfect race.
Gotta give him that.
You know, I had a pretty good career, considering the fact that I didn't even finish college. And a reporter over at the Times found out about this. And he asked me point blank. He said, Mr. President, were you a dropout? I said, what? He said, were you a dropout? I said, no, I was cesarean.
Not a bad joke.
Next setup, we got to guess
That
who
was
he's
a
going to
terrible
do.
fucking Reagan, though. He
Yeah,
did one
we
good
got to give
setup.
these guys a chance to win their money back,
It's the
all right?
setup.
He's got 4 minutes left in his bid. here.
Okay.
What
You
other
gotta-
voices will he do?
Well,
Maybe
from
we
the
all pick a
setup.
voice. he's
From the
gonna do.
setup.
I like the setups better.
All
than
right,
that.
let's hear if you
yeah,
have
but
a setup.
I think that's going to be obvious.
No, then he can
No,
do
but
what
if he
yours.
said
person
something like
was.
my favorite entertainer, and
Bam,
then
then
we
you
can
got
fucking
stuff.
Okay.
These guys always did setups.
All right, we'll see.
Now, Andy Rooney of 60
Oh, hold on.
Minutes.
Andy Rooney.
God, how did you not? You should have guessed that earlier, man. You said he sounded like him.
Yeah.
That's Opie said that.
I'm trying to think of a bet for Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney.
He will say, you ever notice?
He'll say, you ever notice? I'll bet he does something about pancreatic cancer.
Holy shit.
Andy Rooney. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, we
it's
should just
nothing.
go with voices he's still
You can
going to do.
survive lymph node, but pancreatic kills you. Why?
Wouldn't it be great if he was just really inappropriate? Like, here's Andy Rooney being raped by a gang of spics. What? What did he say?
There's an unclipped cock in my ass. That's a
No,
lot.
he wouldn't say. He'd be said by Ricky Ricardo.
You ever notice how foreskin will hold gonorrhea more than a cut cock? You ever notice that? You ever have guys fucking your mouth and bottom and yelling at each other in a foreign language?
Seems I remember nobody could put that on the internet.
Shit.
Should we try to guess like what other voice he'll do?
Yeah, because I don't know
Andy
if they're all going to
Rooney.
be like my favorite entertainer.
Walter Cronkite, maybe? Another news guy? He'll tie it
But
in?
we have to now.
Oh, I like that. I like news guy.
I like setups.
all right,
setup.
I don't but we don't know if it's going to be set up. I think the bit might be
first. What he does first.
Exactly. Everyone figures out a voice, and whoever's voice he
whoever's
does
first, like a horse race.
gets the money.
Damn, that's going to take long to think of.
Well, you just need a few
I
minutes.
gotta go Nicholson.
I'm going to go.
Fuck.
After Andy Rooney?
I'm going to go. Well, let's all do this. I'm going to go Tom Brokaw.
Wow.
I say Cronkite.
You are fucking losing at
You're
Tom
going
Brokaw.
for
Cronkite.
You're taking a long shot.
I'm trying to think of somebody contemporary that's easy to do.
Because he is trying
He's
to be
trying,
relevant, but he's dipping in the oldness.
Granddaughter could have tried to teach him in the town car ride over.
This is Anderson Cooper.
I'm going Tom Brokaw.
Or Larry
$10.
King. Do we do Larry King?
Well, everyone come up with
Dude,
a
I
name.
say
I like
Cronkite.
Tom Brokaw.
Thank you, Bill.
Cronkite.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say Nicholson just because it's one of his benchmarks.
Next one?
All right.
No, not next one, but before
We're
any
saying
of the
next.
ones you're saying.
I think
okay.
he's going
See,
to
it's,
avoid him.
it's before what you're saying.
Okay.
So,
everyone just come up with a name, and if whoever gets...
Eddie Deason.
how much is this bet? $5?
let's go.
Because everyone's in.
Let's go 1,000.
We're
$1,000.
doing Nicholson. No, he's doing...
You have 5 I could borrow?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Opie.
I'm so lame. The only
I
day
say-
I need money, I don't have it.
I say Cronkite.
You say Cronkite?
I do.
I'm saying Nicholson.
I'm saying
will be,
Brokaw.
before.
And who's he doing now?
This is Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney.
So he's kind of. I think he's going to seg into other fucking news guys.
News
or
guys, you
whatever.
think?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Who do you
That's why I'm
think,
going.
Bill?
Who's that guy who used to do the puppet with his thumb?
Senor Relentless.
Yeah, he's going to do him.
With Topo Gigio.
Turbo Gigio.
I'm going to piggyback. I'm going to go Tom Brokaw, too. I'm going Tom Brokaw, too.
Wait, that means you're going to split my money if I win.
No,
I got nothing. All right, he's going to do Pam Dauber. I don't have anything.
No, I mean, Jack Nicholson, you stole my brain when you said Jack Nicholson. Now I don't know what to even say.
Come up with one.
Yeah,
Just to be
but where'd you hide it inside something small, I bet?
Do you want Nicholson? I'll give you Nicholson. I'll give you Nicholson because I'm changing mine.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going to take Nicholson. I don't want Nicholson. It's just that here's what 2004. I'm trying to think of
six.
Jesus, I'm sorry. 2006.
Might make a difference. I don't know. Maybe
2006 is what?
That's what you have to. That's why
He's
this
going to
game's
do
great.
Homer
You gotta
Simpson
try to
to get
remember
the
shit.
kids. Homer Simpson.
All right, Bill Burr's got Homer
There we
Simpson.
go.
Damn,
I got
that's
Homer
a good
Simpson.
one.
That's strong.
That is a good one.
I'm taking Nicholson.
He needs a bit to bring
got
him back to the
Cronkite?
kids.
What was a big
I got
movie in
Brokaw.
06?
That's what you got to figure out on your own.
Yeah, can't be doing any research.
Don't do any research. And Patrice, what do you got? And is it $5 a man, $10? What are we doing?
I'll put in 10.
And if he
we'll
does
do
a
10
setup
we'll do
here, then we
$10.
could do some side betting as well.
We'll do $10. Here it is. I think I say Nicholson before any of the ones you guys said.
Okay.
And that's what we got. You got Homer before any of the ones
I
we
say we
said.
play this tape before the listeners fall asleep at this
Ready?
point.
Yeah.
No, I think they're in.
Ready?
man.
Ready?
They're in on
I
this
say
one.
Cronkite.
Fucking Don Corleone.
Don Corleone.
He'll do fucking Marlon Brando.
Motherfucker.
I like that.
All right.
That one
This
stinks.
is a winner takes all.
I have to
fucking-
wait. Give me a 10 back. This is
Hey,
But what about my 2 5s? No, they learn fast.
All right, now how does this
See,
work?
I'm doing an impression.
Because he might do two. Two people might be right, so that's the first guy's right
First
or
guy.
nothing. It's all or
First
nothing.
guy, it's all or
first guy.
nothing.
Right.
It's whatever impression comes up first, and if it goes to the end without it, but it won't, he will do one of these fucking
my
people.
10's coming.
How is there $42 in there? How dumb are we? Like $10
These
each.
motherfucking crooks.
My 10's coming, so it'll be
I
50
put my
to the
five.
winner.
There was. We're going five.
I put a
Oh, it's
5 and 5
yeah, it's all
singles in.
fives. Yeah.
10.
Oh,
No, we're going 10.
I took a 5 and put a 10 in.
I put 5 and 5 singles, so yeah.
$35 there.
35.
Patrice, we're doing 10 each.
Yeah, we're doing 10 each.
Oh, we're doing 10 each?
No, 5 each.
10.
10.
10?
We're doing
Patrice
10.
really
Goes
doesn't
10 of
like
the
to
rest of it.
gamble.
I know.
I'm trying to lower.
He's trying to lower the minimum.
But Patrice is already in.
Here's
You're
my
in
10.
deep already.
Yeah.
Is that Kenny?
borrow.
Kenny,
he's
come
got
on.
to
I
borrow
know we're
money.
betting today.
Kenny's
Here's my
bankrolling
10.
Opie. Kenny's bankrolling Opie.
It's my fucking 10.
All right, Danny, you wrote everything down, right?
All right, yeah,
So what
set
do we
this
have?
up, Danny.
What do we have?
Let Danny set this up.
All right. Well, so the person to win this pot will be the one to have the next impression that Rich Little does.
Yes.
Before
any
so
of
it doesn't
the other
matter. If he
ones.
does 2, whatever the first one is the winner.
Okay.
Yep. Ope has Tom Brokaw and has Jack Nicholson. Jim has Walter Cronkite. Patrice has Marlon Brando as Don Corleone. And Bill has Homer Simpson.
Or
You know
can
what?
I have Marlon Brando as any character? Will you at least give me that?
No,
Marlon
of
Brando.
course.
He might go Stella,
So you
too.
could go Marlon Brando.
Listen, you know what? I purposely didn't look at the phones. One was an obvious choice. Schwarzenegger. Motherfucker. And I'm saying it now because everyone's bets are in.
He won't.
That's a big one.
Fuck!
In 2006, that's a huge
And he's
one.
governor.
And
That's a
he's
big
gone!
one. That's a big one.
He's the governor.
So who said? What did you change your bet?
No, I'm just saying.
You can't. No.
Oh, you're reading the fucking thing? Fuck
No,
that.
you didn't hear me.
No, he
I just said
it.
I didn't read on purpose, and now I'm doing it for the holy shit moment that we just got.
All right, we're
No
all
one
in.
got Schwarzenegger.
We're all
No,
in.
I got Brokaw. Danny said it.
I say it's going to be the assassination of Anwar Sadat.
All right, let's roll.
Here we go. Come on.
Or an arrow.
Oh, we need volume. Volume.
Sorry.
Saddam Hussein.
Hopefully the future. And he's always asking questions. A little annoying at times, but always asking questions.
Andy Rooney.
Here's a few things that bother me.
That's dead on.
Why do they sterilize needles for lethal injection?
Pause. If he said, Because only fags are getting AIDS, if you know anything about it. And a bunch of dope users, who cares if they're dead?
Seems I remember you could fuck a man in the ass without dying.
I like Bill Burr's Andy Rooney.
Oh, he starts off
It's
high.
the end of the. I was
He
just going to
starts
say.
off high. Seems I remember.
Yeah, Bill does the end of the Andy Rooney thing.
All right, let's roll. Come on.
Why did kamikaze pilots wear helmets? I don't understand that at all. Here's something else. If an asp in the grass is a snake, then why is a grasp in the ass a goose? I don't get that at all.
Move on. Move on.
Come on.
Here we go. Roll the dice.
Come on, Nick.
If you choke a Smurf, what color would he turn?
Enough about the Andy Rooney.
See some money here. Come on.
Move on. Please move on.
If you OD on Viagra, how would they get the coffin lid closed?
Boner joke. No one said Nixon, though, huh? You might pull
These
a
are
Nixon
things
out.
to think about. They really are.
All right, here we go.
Nixon killed his
Now,
career.
Johnny Carson. Johnny
There you go,
Carson.
Carson. We're
You know,
all
a lot of people
always.
think that Johnny Carson came easy
How
for
did we
me.
miss
This is
the
not true.
Carson?
No one picked
At first, I had trouble doing Johnny Carson. This is back in the 70s. And then one day, I was out at the San Diego Zoo, and I was looking at the ostriches. And I suddenly realized that's how to do Johnny Carson. Think of an ostrich.
Very physical comedy we're watching out here. Very physical comedy. Translates well. You might close with Carson. Jesus, come on.
Come on.
Quiet, please. A home run and a triple. A first baseman's glove, a catcher's glove, and Dolly Parton.
Oh. Oh, he is good.
This was an actual joke from 1973 on The Tonight Show.
Yes. Dolly Parton.
Name 2 big hits, 2 big Mets.
Oh, we only got a tie.
Thank you very much.
Oh, shit. We all split pot. I hate the split pot.
And no one picked Carson.
Now his voice has changed too. It's like his Carson was amazing, but his voice is like there's certain
it's all
things
gravelly now.
an impressionist can't overcome.
That was nice and anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Can I have my
I'm
10?
taking my 10.
Fucking 10.
Give me 2
fucking
5s.
back,
Thank you,
please.
Bill.
Someone
Give it
better
back to
make some
Kenny.
change, motherfucker.
That's right.
I want my goddamn 10.
Why don't we take a quick break? Patrice is going to be at the Miami Improv this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And Bill?
Sunday also.
Sunday?
Yeah.
And Bill, you just hanging? You got anything going
I'm
on?
doing the Park West Theater, Chicago, Illinois.
Sweet. When?
Sorry, Friday, July 23rd.
This Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll be in Atlanta at the Punchline at the end of the month, 29, 30, 31.
Perfect.